Hi everybody, take a look at this. Yes, we're in Arma Reforger, we're in conflict, but we're actually playing as the British faction. Look at this. So what I'm going to be doing in this beginner's guide tutorial video is showing you how you can install this mod and a few little things to make a few little quality of life improvements as well to your community server. We're going to use a Nitrado server as an example. What's really cool about this mod, among other things, is the fact that you can choose from kind of two different types of British Army. You've got the kind of a 1983 soldiers sort of setup, which I'm here. So as you can see, they've got the older fashioned helmet and they've got the SLR like that. And as you can see, I'm holding the Stirling submachine gun like this. And in fact, my sniper rifle is a version of the Enfield M4, very sniper elite. Or you can play as the 1989 British Army. So you'll be, is it the L1A1 assault rifle? And you know, the newer helmet and all that sort of stuff. So it really is a lot of fun, really cool to play. So yeah, so without further ado, let me just come out of here because we're gonna need to go into some of the bits in the game so I can show you stuff. So first off, what you want to do is go over to your community server. Again, I'm using Nitrado as an example. And what you'll want to do is in the general settings, you just want to make sure whenever you're doing this sort of thing that you've set a server password so only you and your mates can get onto your server, but always remember to set an admin password. That's really important because the admin password, that gives you access to Game Master. So when you fire it up, you press on PC, you press / and then you go #login space and then your admin password. That gives you access to Game Master, so you can go in and change things. So then what you want to do is you want to go onto your config file. So this is config.json if you're doing it with a different provider, and this is the one where we're going to put in all our mods that we're going to be using. So in actually Arma Reforger itself, what you want to do is go into the workshop, and the mod you want to search for, and in the description below this video I will put a mod list down there so you can see it with all the links. The ones you want to search for are British Forces in US Arsenal, and the quality of life ones are Where Am I? That's always a good one to have, isn't it? So when people look at the map, they know where they are. I know you could say, well, look, it makes the game easier, but I think almost every single community server has that on. And what the other two you may want to play around with, especially if you're playing on a server with just some friends and you're practicing, is you may want to have starter rank general. So this means that everybody will have access to all of the different weapons in the arsenal. Because again, if you're checking this out and you want to play with the British Sniper, this way you can play with it straight away. And if you have disabled Game Master budgets, what that then enables you to do is you have to be careful. You've got to go into the settings as Game Master, go into the game settings and disable conflict Game Master budgets, and that means these are disabled. You can spawn other things in. So if, like there, you saw I had some AI teammates with me, that means that I can spawn those in, which is a cool way of messing around with the mod. If you're playing this on a server where you're going to have lots of people playing on it, you probably don't want to have disabled Game Master budgets and starter rank general, but you'd want British Forces in US Arsenal, or Where Am I? Now, all you need to do is you click on the little jigsaw piece up here, go to the JSON snippet, and you click copy to keyboard. Then you go back to your server, and then you have this mod section. Now your one might just look like mods, and then have the square bracket, and then the closing square bracket, and then a comma. So you'll have that bit down there. And then all you do is you paste in between the square brackets in the middle, that JSON snippet that we just copied, and that will then give you something like this. However, what I do recommend you do is you go in and delete all the version numbers. This forces the server to always use the latest version, which can cause some compatibility issues between mods when they get updated not at the same time. But what it prevents is the problem of you forgetting to update your server config and then forcing players to have to download old versions of mods to get onto your server when they don't need to. With this way, they'll always be the latest versions. So you do that, and that's the mods, and you want to save that, but don't restart the server. The other thing we need to change is the scenario ID. So in the description below this video, you'll find a link to the, where is it? The British Forces mod, which is that one. And then you click on scenarios and you scroll down, and there's loads of great scenarios. And what these are going to do is set up conflict with the type of British soldier you want, and the British replace the Americans. So as you can see, you've got the major different maps with either 1983 or 1989. So the one I did was conflict Everon 1983. So you hit the copy button there, go back to your server config, and in between the quotation marks, so that bit there, you just paste that new scenario ID on top of it. And there's loads of different ones here. You could do little mini ones, loads. Commando Ops, I'm going to have to play around with those, haven't played that. Yeah, so very, very cool. Now, once you've pasted that into place, like that, you then save the changes and simply restart the server, and then you'll be good to go. So then what you can then do is you then go into multiplayer, go to community, search for the name of your server that you would have set up in the general settings on your server. Now, luckily, my one's already here, so I can join this one. Again, it just confirms the mods that you've got on. If your players haven't got them, they'll start downloading them when they try and join. It'll ask you for your password when you go in. And we'll just jump into this so I can just show you how to get into Game Master. And it will load up. Now, with this particular tutorial, we haven't gone into changing things like vehicles and things like that. This is just the players. So you can see British or Soviet. Continue. So we're going to place the British. We're going to go in. There's me. And my AI teammates have all... oh no, they're still here. Hello Kevin. Hello Martin. Hello Alan. But I'm just like a normal, ordinary guy now. But you'll see is when we go and have a look in the arsenal, I've got access to everything because we've got that, just because I'm a general, so I could build anything as well. And then what we could do is if we do / on our keyboard and press hash and then log in and then put in my admin password, I'm now Game Master. If you look in the top right hand corner, which means that when I go to Game Master now, I can go into edit scenario properties. Sometimes it might be on admin up here, so take it to Game Master, edit scenario properties, scroll down to the bottom, enable Game Master budgets. It'll probably be on yes at the moment, but you can disable it like that. There we go. And now what that means is that when I go into the entity browser, I can just spawn stuff in. Now don't go crazy, because just disable Game Master budgets is also known as the server crasher. Yeah, we can spawn in the newer soldiers as well, can't we? Which is quite cool. You can kind of have this strange combination of old soldiers. Look at that. I mean, doesn't that look just brilliant? Doesn't that just look right? You know? Looks really good. The classic SLR. Oh, he's firing at someone. We've got some enemies down there. And then let's go down here. Let's get rid of the SLR. And let's get the Stirling. Like that. And then let's get some magazines for it. Let's get the Enfield. Let's get some magazines for that as well. I think is this there? Which ones are there? That's it. Let's come out of there. Let's go to here. Let's grab the little backpack. Let's get rid of my little cap. Let's put on a British Army helmet. And we are good to go. Right, so what gun have we got? There's the Stirling. Let's go to third person. Oh, I'll tell you what we need to put on it. There we go. We've now got our bayonet. Right, we're ready to engage. What's going on over here? Bit of a firefight. Probably going to get killed straight away now. Where's everybody else? Come on. Oh, we're definitely taking some fire from... Oh, they're over there. Let's get the sniper out. They're somewhere over there, aren't they? Bolt action. Oh, look at at that. Very nice. Of course, if we look at the map, there we are. Excellent. I cannot wait to play more of Arma Reforger like this. Someone down there. Oh, they're all gone. Let's do some reconnaissance by fire. Fires a bit slow, the Stirling, I think. If I've watched some videos, it should fire a little bit faster, I think, but I could be wrong. Get that. Ooh, go on, get some of that. Go on! So, let's get behind a tree and hide before we get shot. So there we go, the British Forces mod by Tepash Loco, absolutely fantastic. And then we've got the British Forces in US Arsenal by Tepash Loco 2. And then we've got Starter Rank Major by Juan Carlos Rodriguez, which is very, very nice. So check it out, give it a go. I mean, who wouldn't want to play as the 1983 British in conflict versus the Soviets, you know? Oh, they're down there. They're down there. They're hiding. Alright, okay. Anyway, if you found the video useful, hit like. If you want to see more of the same, press subscribe. And of course, I'll see you all again soon.